we go?
Yeah.
Got to look at the camera then. Hello everybody, this is TMOF Wrestling. We are back again for the predictions.
It's more prediction time.
It is AEW All In this Sunday on the 27th of August, taking place from Wembley Stadium.
Yep.
We're going to be there.
I'm going to be there. You're going to be there?
I'm going to be there.
Oh.
So if you see us, we're not going to be sat together because we never do.
No.
We will be at Impact, but that's different. But for All In, we will not be sat together because he smells. So this is the biggest, now at this point, the biggest wrestling event ever. And that's how they're sort of selling that, I guess. And they've already sold enough, over 80,000 paid tickets. It has very recently surpassed WrestleMania 32.
Yep.
Which held the record.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we are currently at the 23rd of August, so Dynamite is still yet to happen. We're going to get new additions to some of the TBC participants in like the Stadium Stampede and things like that. Need to see who's going to replace Ray Phoenix, of course, because he's injured.
And Pac's injured, so it can't be him.
Yeah. Looks like we're probably still going to get the full FTR match despite recent events. But
yeah,
there's still other things that can be added. Because this is AEW, and you just don't know how many matches is it going to be.
AEW has this history of not really building, but having great shows.
But everybody, we are TMOF Wrestling. It is hot as all hell in here. I am Russ.
I am Ash.
This is the predictions. We're going to start with a buy-in. We don't normally do any pre-show matches, but because of this particular pre-show match and the kind of part that's probably going to play in the main event, I think we need to do it. So we're going to open with the buy-in. For the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships, Aussie Open will look to defend their titles against the team of Better Than You Baby, MJF, AEW World Champion, and Adam Cole, who of course will be the main event at All In. So,
which we'll get to later.
Who have we got?
Aussie Open, I just don't see... It's weird to say that, because I just don't see Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, MJF and Adam Cole. It doesn't sound right to me. I don't know if it's going to be a screwy finish where Aussie Open get the quick victory because of miscommunication. I don't think it's going to be a heel. They're not going to do a MJF turns on Adam Cole in a buy-in. I don't personally see it happening, but
I don't. Yeah, maybe some friction or whatever. But I'll go Aussie Open. But I think that is actually a really difficult one to predict. That first one.
It's a bit difficult, but
someone's got to do it, and that's what we're here for, and that's what you're here for, so there you go. Right, shall we go in with, of course, we don't know the order of matches, but Ash, lead us through first one of our predictions card.
Right, we will do the six-man tag team match.
Okay.
The Golden Elite of Kota Ibushi, Hangman Adam Page, and Kenny Omega versus Takesha.
Let's go to Takesha
and the Bullet Club Gold of Juice Robinson and Jay White.
Yeah.
There's people I want to see in one-on-one matches.
There's a lot of star power in that match.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the criticism has been maybe that would have rather have seen some one-on-ones, but we're getting this match, and I think that is really cool.
Because I thought we probably thought we were going to get Omega versus Takeshita as its own match, but that's probably going to be all out.
It's going to happen at some point. The idea of this is the biggest wrestling show, obviously. They're going to try and pack as many people onto it as possible, aren't they? And that will mean multi-man matches. However, we are here for predictions. And we must predict. So, I'm going to say that the Golden Elite win this one.
I was going to, but I think Takesha needs a big moment on Kenny first before that match.
It's a team match though. I don't know, it could go either way, but I'm going to go Golden Elite.
I'm going for the Takesha Bullet Club Gold only because I think Takesha's going to get the victory.
You will lose. What are we going to go with next?
I think we should go for the Fatal 4-Way for the Women's Championship.
So we've got the Women's Champion.
Yeah.
Hikaru Shida.
Yeah.
You've forgotten what you're doing.
No, I've forgotten how to say
It's very hot in here.
Yeah, I've forgotten how to say her name. Speaking of hot, Toni Storm.
Former Women's Champion.
Yeah, who's kind of got better since she's got the title in character. Saraya, who is going to get the pop of the match, probably. And Britt Baker.
So Britt Toni, Saraya, and the reigning champion Hikaru Shida
Yes.
in a fatal 4-way match. It's a tricky one, this one as well.
I don't think it is, personally.
I think it's a tricky one. I could see Saraya winning it. I don't think Saraya will win it.
That's why I'm going to pick Saraya to win it.
But I only say tricky just because Hikaru Shida's not long won it.
But I don't think the plan, from what I've read a week ago, was to have a long time reign.
Well, if anything, it probably makes sense if they've done it like Saraya and Toni are obviously in the same stable, faction, and whatever.
Yeah.
So, and if they're not going to try and break them up yet, if Saraya wins that title off of Toni in the 4-way, then you'd expect there to be friction.
Yeah.
So I guess at least if Shida's beaten Toni for it and then Saraya wins it from Hikaru Shida.
Yeah. I'm actually pinning her. I don't think pinning Storm will help.
I think they'll pin Britt.
She does feel like an odd... It could have been a triple threat for like... And they've done this again with AEW, where the champion has asked for a rematch in a fatal 4-way. Because remember when the Acclaim did it?
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point?
Well, I'm looking forward to the Britt on Britt action.
Okay, we'll go for the singles match for the real World Championship, and the match that I'm kind of looking forward to, because I never thought I'd see these two.
Yeah.
CM Punk versus Samoa Joe.
I think that's really cool, yeah. Like that's like the real kind of heyday of watching Ring of Honor, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that'll be a really cool, I think that'll be a good match. It'd be good to see Joe too.
Yeah. I'm interested in the Punk reaction. I think it's going to be good though.
It's going to be loud, regardless. So I'm going to say Punk to retain the Real World Championship.
Because we've got the Wikipedia page up here. He has Real World Championship in air quotes, and then it has CM Punk as champion. So
yeah, Punk's going to retain it. So I can't see Joe taking that.
And like Christian says, why make a big deal of having a title that's not even yours?
Yeah, it's not leading. This angle is not meant to end with Punk and Joe. No, so it's going to obviously lead into MJF eventually.
But imagine if Joe wins.
It'd be funny.
It'd be funny.
Well, we've got the same for that one. What is next?
We will go for the match I'm looking forward to the most, because it's another person who I can't wait to see. It's a tag team coffin match of Darby Allin and Sting versus the Mogul Embassy of AR Fox and Swerve Strickland.
Swerve Strickland. I just really want to see Sting.
Yeah.
Never seen Sting live. It's his first time in Wembley, I believe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's going to be great. Gimmicky match, obviously. I think you've got to have to send the fans home happy, haven't you? Like,
there's no way they're bringing Sting over just to lose.
Well, Sting's also undefeated because this is the best run of his career, said Tony Khan. But I know people are hot about that, but Tony can't exactly say anything different, can he? I mean, it's his company, so. But
Sting has been doing stuff that you wouldn't expect Sting 63 or 60 whatever to be doing.
No, I think Sting and Darby win it.
They should win it.
Yeah, they're going to win it. And that'll be a great moment. We're all going to cheer because we all have Sting and Darby's all right.
Yeah, Darby's all right.
Darby's all right. I like Darby.
I'm starting to get there, and because All Out, he's challenging Luchasaurus for the TNT title. They kind of need him to have a big win.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're going for.
Yeah.
All right.
I think we should go for the Stadium Stampede, which is rather ironic that it's in the stadium for once, because they've done it like
actual Stadium Stampede. But I think this is tricky to call this one, isn't it? Because it's Blackpool Combat Club, and that's basically all we can call that team at the minute, because there's three unannounced members.
Yeah, because it's Moxley, Claudio, and Wheeler, and 3 to be announced.
Of course, obviously, because Bryan Danielson's injured, but there's going to be 3 others.
I got a feeling I know who some of them are going to be, but I don't think they're the names that should fit in, if you know what I mean. And
they're going to be taking on
Eddie Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and the Best Friend with Penta, because obviously,
well, was going to be the Lucha Bros, but now Ray Phoenix is injured again. I
got a feeling that I know who that one's going to be. I think it's going to be Wardlow.
Goldberg.
There's that rumour he's going to be at all In.
There was a rumour about Proud and Powerful joining Blackpool Combat Club, but don't know.
One of them got injured in Blood and Guts last year and hasn't come back, but apparently they're not on the best of terms backstage. So
there's a good.
They probably know CM Punk.
There's the wild card pick's going to be Nigel McGuinness.
It'd be nice for Nigel.
Yeah,
it would be nice.
He's a wild card guess.
But I don't. But for the Combat Club.
Yeah. Because
it makes sense.
He was teasing the kind of like Twitter beef or X beef now, I guess it's called, with Bryan Danielson. But it'd just be funny if he then joins the same faction they can fight with from within.
Funny.
Yeah, for that though, that's a hard one.
It's probably...
Because we don't know all the members.
No. And when we go in Dynamite, you go, it might be, or Collision, where they're going to announce these replacements. We might say, oh, that's going to be even better. Or we might go, okay.
I'm going to say Blackpool Combat Club.
Because in their mind, it'd be hometown.
Yeah. The Swiss and the two Americans.
Yeah, and the bloke was not even from Blackpool.
Yeah.
Originally, anyway.
But yeah, I'm going to go I'm going to go BCC.
I'm going to go the same, but I'm just hoping these partners make sense enough. It could be New Japan people. It could be, if it's just British wrestlers, fine. If it's Goldberg,
it won't be Goldberg.
Okay, this match, Will Ospreay versus Chris Jericho. Now, I'm a fan of Jericho. One of my favourite wrestlers of all time. I think he could have done better. Will Ospreay, I mean.
It's a weird one, isn't it? It's a dream match, but it's just not necessarily everybody. Well, it's a dream match in terms of like putting those names up.
Yeah,
it's two generations of like big names going against each other. Prediction though?
Ospreay for me. Because we're getting Fozzy.
Yeah.
Who I've already seen, by the way.
Fozzy, well, I guess I'm going to see him now.
Yeah.
Just about, although my view is going to be sort of like looking down on their head because I'm sort of sat above entrance.
I'll give you 100 quid to throw something at them. And you had to hit one of them.
You can't promote this sort of stuff on. No, don't listen to that. Don't be doing it.
Don't worry, only 50 million people are going to hear this one.
Yeah, you kind of go by that old thing, don't you? Of whoever gets played out by a live band usually loses.
Ruby, Punk, in like WWE.
Let's not list them all.
Well, we could.
No.
That's why Edge never had Aldridge, because he knew he was going to be.
I'm going to say Will Ospreay too.
Ospreay, because if kind of like the Saraya thing, they probably go to the hometown. Even though Ospreay actually is from London, so that makes more sense.
That genuinely is his home. Yeah.
Well, his home's in Japan. But, you know.
All right, Ospreay.
We're
not really disagreeing much.
No.
Not good.
I don't know about this one then, so we might disagree.
Okay.
FTR champions against Young Bucks.
So, I want to say FTR, but in light of what's recently happened, it could be the Bucks.
I was going to go for Bucks anyway. FTR have done before this event. I feel that they've done absolutely nothing since winning the titles. They've had great matches, but they've not been in major storylines unless it's been with Punk and Collision.
I don't know what to do because the only thing that swayed, like my prediction, is very heavily based on real life events with Cash Wheeler. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to very reluctantly, I'm going to say Young Bucks.
I was going to say, like I said, Bucks before, Bucks now. I just got a feeling that they're going to win.
FTR is my favourite tag team.
But it just feels like WWE have just got rid of the Usos. You can't get rid of FTR now. Because if
What's that got to do with it? It's time for the main event.
Don't watch Rampage.
No one does. Come on then. What's the main event?
MJF defends the AEW Championship against Adam Cole.
Baby. Okay, so MJF.
Yeah, if they're building for Punk and MJF, fine.
MJF. Of course it's going to be MJF. Like, Adam Cole winning it there is going to be a huge moment. But I think we're going to get loads of good moments, fan service moments all through the night.
Yeah.
That's going to ease the MJF win at the end. MJF is going to be the one to turn Adam Cole. Whether that happens at All In or not, I don't know. Something big's going to happen, but like, MJF is going to be the one to turn on Adam Cole. They've been teasing Adam, turn on him, which I would have liked to have seen, but there's no way they can make MJF face.
But does this have the potential of another Clash the Castle situation where we need the guy we love to win, and they don't win? That might deflate the crowd.
No, I don't think so.
I know it's different.
I think the long-term goal, I think, is because look, people, I think they're just trying to be smart and innovative with new ways to try and get MJF to be booed, because he was such a good heel until the point where then people started like appreciating that so much that he starts to get some cheers. And they're trying really hard to make sure people aren't going to cheer him, which is really good and really refreshing. So the way that I look at it, and it's not like, you know, this is just how I've chosen to look at it, but the way that I'm choosing to look at it is they've put MJF into this thing with Adam Cole where everybody sort of loves it because it's that kind of like, you know, misfit tag team. They don't really go together. It's like Team Hell No and Sheamus and Cesaro to a degree, but like they put them together. It's lovable. Everybody's really enjoying the angle.
Yeah, definitely.
So if MJF is going to be the one to turn on him and ruin this angle for everybody because now it's all finished, people will boo MJF. That's the, like, I feel like that's the psychology behind it.
Well, there's Roderick Strong could get involved. He might be in the.
I think Roddy Strong turns on Adam,
but he might be in the Stadium Stampede as well because if he's been with the.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, never know. But yeah, I'm going MJF.
I think MJF should win, but I feel like I don't want another deflated crowd moment again.
Like I don't think there will be. I think this show. We say, it's not built like a big WrestleMania. It doesn't feel match-wise like this has been. Like, we don't have any angles that have been building up for months and months and months. So you can say MJF and Adam Cole and stuff, but like there's nothing, you know, there's nothing that's really had like loads and loads behind it. And even the ones that do have something behind it, you know that the culminations aren't really happening here because then you've got All Out in Chicago happening a week later. So
yeah, is that another pay-per-view spot like show or is that just because I thought that might be like you know how like. Some Dynamites are like done as like a.
I think more than anything, I think that's what we are. I think that's like this particular show, which is strange because it is the biggest ever, but it's very much like a special. You know, like it's not. It is pay-per-view, but it's going to be. It's just more of a special. I think it's closer to something like a Forbidden Door, where they're going to sort of put those matches out there and people are just going to have a good time. But more than anything, the only point that I can really make on it is that there's going to be over 80,000 people in Wembley Stadium. First time a wrestling event's been there since SummerSlam in '92, and the atmosphere is going to be incredible. People are going to be happy. People are going to be having a great time. Sing along to Judas, sing along to whatever else, chanting as like the British chants are all going to come out. Definitely. We're going to get some good new stuff. It's going to be a good time.
The one thing going back to it is it feels like a fast lane leading to WrestleMania.
All Out being the WrestleMania.
Yeah. Even though it feels like the opposite, because like I said, 2 weeks or whatever until that show, but then 2 matches.
But those are our predictions. Why don't you let us know what your predictions are, and you can do that down below. I don't think there's much more to say.
Bye.